couple more minutes for our city attorney, I believe. Or we want to get going? Okay. We will now call the business session of the May 3rd, 2022 meeting to order at 6:18 p.m. Again, great sorry for the delay. Welcome to all of our guests and visitors. We provide an opportunity for the public to address the City Council on any agenda item or during the hearing of visitors portion of the agenda. On items other than public hearings, speakers will be allotted 1 3-minute presentation regardless of the number of agenda items the speaker wishes to address. If you're here to speak and have not filled out a registration card, please see the City Secretary staff at the registration table outside of the auditorium so that staff can contact you if necessary. If you have handouts, please let us know. At the beginning of your presentation, staff will distribute those to council. If you're unable to approach the podium due to physical limitations, a microphone is available to be brought to you. When called to the podium, please state your name for the record. Each speaker must limit comments to 3 minutes. If you're here to speak on behalf of a group of 10 or more individuals present, please have those persons stand at the beginning of your comments and you will be given 10 minutes to address the council. Please note that when you stand to support a person getting 10 minutes to speak, you are forfeiting your right to speak on that item. For any person addressing the council through the use of a translator, the speaking time will be doubled to accommodate the translation services. While public discourse is very important to council, we have to maintain order in the meetings so that all persons may be heard and city business may be conducted. So, if directed by me, the Sergeant at Arms shall remove from the council meeting any person who, while addressing the city council or while attending the city council meeting, makes personal, impertinent, or slanderous remarks, becomes boisterous, or makes unauthorized remarks from the audience, claps hands, stomps feet, whistles, yells, or make similar demonstrations. Now please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our first item of business is to consider the minutes of the April 19th, 2022 regular City Council meeting. These minutes were provided in your meeting packet. Are there any corrections? No. If no, those corrections will stand approved as submitted. And the first order of business we have is a special presentation by the City Council to our City of Waco Youth Council members graduating from high school. And I will now go to the podium, and I'm going to ask all of council to join me at the floor so we can congratulate and thank our graduating seniors. On behalf of the city and our city council and city staff, it is such an honor to be able to honor our youth council who faithfully served our city. I hope it was a rewarding and enjoyable experience for each of you. And on behalf of the city, we thank you for your service and congratulate you on this accomplishment and are excited for the future that's in front of each of you as you graduate from high school and move on to the next chapter of your lives. Know that we'll be wishing you well and cheering you on from here in Waco. And so with that, we have a couple plaques here. The first is Abigail Zimmerman, City Council District 4. She's graduating from Waco High School and the daughter of Aaron and Andrea Zimmerman. Congratulations. We're going to figure this out. Nice. You can just go and shake hands. The next we have Elijah from District 3, Waco High School, the son of Ravi and Diane. Oh man, Sariram. Awesome. Congratulations. Okay, all right. Next, we have Lily Kaufman from City Council District 3, a Waco High School graduate, and the daughter of Eric and Alicia Kaufman. Congratulations. Next, we have Truman Cunningham, City Council District 4, a Rappaport Academy graduate, the son of Wes and Emily Cunningham. Congratulations. You want to go shake everybody's hand? Next, we have Cole Brown from City Council District 5, Midway High School grad, the son of Sam and Nikki Brown, but he could not be here tonight. But congratulations to Cole. Next, we have Bethany Williams, City Council District 3, Waco High School grad, the daughter of Willie and Andrea Williams. Congratulations. And last we have, thank you, Ellis Sariram, City Council District 3, Live Oak Classical, the son of Risha and Amanda Sariram.
No, we're cousins.
Cousin, got it. That's awesome. Everybody, congratulations so much. Thank you to the families that are here, parents. We know that engaging in this kind of work is certainly a family effort, and it's so meaningful that y'all would engage your children in our city and take the time to partner on these endeavors as well. So the family members, brothers and sisters that I see here tonight, and the graduates themselves and the rest of the youth council, thank you so much to your service in our community. Waco is a much better city because of each of you. So with that, congratulations. We're wishing you well, and good luck in the future. Thank you, guys. And we will let y'all exit right now because I know there's a lot of families here that are probably here for this one part of the show. Here's Cole. In, out of 10 for awkwardness. I know. So that next one. We have one more, and this is for Travel and Tourism Week. Because we have someone in the travel and tourism industry, council member from District 1, Andrea Bearfield, I thought that she could help in providing this proclamation today. And so who do we have representing travel? Who do we have here today? Dan, come on.
And the other
Everybody, everyone from travel and tourism, come on down.
Come on. Yeah.
You want to say a few words representing as you represent the industry?
So it is my great honor to be able to chair the Convention Visitor Bureau Commission, not only because I am an active part of the tourism industry for my job, but because I know and see the amazing work that the women and men of the CVB do every day for us as a city of Waco, as well as the visitors to Waco. They do an outstanding job. They go above and beyond for everything, and they make Waco look as amazing as it is, but they make it look 10 times more. We're so grateful to have you all as a part of this city and the work that you do, and now the world knows how great you are. So it is an honor to be able to kick off Travel and Tourism Week knowing that we have such an amazing staff.
And so with that, I, Dylan Meek, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the city of Waco, Texas, do hereby proclaim May 1st through the 7th, 2022 as Travel and Tourism Week in the city of Waco, and urge the people of Waco to join with the city council, city staff, and me in recognizing the positive effect travel has on the nation, Texas, and Waco's economic prosperity and image. Travel provides a significant economic benefit for Waco. The Waco metro area and travel spending in the pre-pandemic year of 2019 generated $630 million. And the Waco Metro travel industry generated 6,019 jobs and $58 million in direct tax receipts. Meetings, events, leisure, and travel for sports events are all key components to Waco's economy. Many of Waco's hospitality and tourism businesses are made up of women or minority-owned small businesses and are part of the fabric that make Waco unique and memorable. Visitors enjoy Waco's many attractions along with multiple running and sporting events, hiking and biking trails, lake activities, water parks, culture, and a myriad of festivals. We recognize that all travel, whether related to leisure, business, or sports, is beneficial, and welcoming visitors from near and far always has been and always will be the enduring ethos of the travel industry and of Waco. In testimony whereof witness my hand and the seal of the city of Waco this 3rd day of May 2022. And
Thank you, Mayor. Madam Chair, as our chair of our group and council members, I just wanted to point out, you mentioned in the proclamation about our pre-COVID numbers, and then we had COVID numbers that were, a little bit lower. But, this dollar exchanged hands even in 2020, which was the bad, 483 million times in Waco. Because that was the direct visitor spending. That's not fancy multipliers. That's not, I'm not an economist. That's just somebody taking a dollar and handing it to you. So that's a big time. And if that's our bottom point, that's not bad. We're doing pretty well. And I also just want to echo what you said about our staff too, because we are truly blessed to have this kind of staff here promoting Waco, your ambassadors, to the rest of the world. So I just, on my behalf, I want to thank them too.
thank you guys.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you again.
All right. The first public hearing we have today is public hearing 2022-267. I believe Mr. Cook is going to be making this presentation.
Honorable Mayor, Council, this is a public hearing for an ordinance of the City of Waco establishing standards of care for the City of Waco youth programs, repealing all previous ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflicts herewith, providing a severability clause, and finding and determining that this meeting at which the ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. In 1996, City Council approved the adoption of an ordinance to establish standards of care for the City of Waco youth programs. Since then, the city has operated under these standards, which are required to be reestablished annually. The City of Waco, through the Parks and Recreation Department, the Cameron Park Zoo, the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame and Museum, provides youth programs that contribute to the overall well-being of youth and families in Waco. These youth programs are held at the Bledsoe Miller, Dewey, and South Waco Community Centers, the Cameron Park Zoo, the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame and Museum, and other outreach program locations. Pursuant to Texas Human Resources Code Section 42.041B14, youth programs operated by a municipality are exempt from state child care licensing requirements, provided that the governing body of the municipality annually conducts a public hearing and adopts the appropriate standards of care for such programs through city ordinance. This ordinance includes such items as staffing ratios, minimum staff requirements, minimum facility, health and safety standards, and mechanisms for monitoring and enforcing the local standards. In addition, parents must be informed that the programs are not licensed by the state. A copy of the current standards is provided yearly to the parents of each program participant. Revisions to the standards of care for 2022 include the removal of the Fun in the Sun program as it is no longer active, a definition of volunteers and their responsibilities under the standards, a non-discrimination clause clarifying that only program employees may administer medication and strictly under certain situations, and general grammatical and capitalization changes for consistency. The Director of the Parks and Recreation Department, the Director of the Cameron Park Zoo, the Director of the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame Museum jointly recommend that the City Council approve the standards of care as set forth in the attached red-line ordinance, which shows the recommended modifications for approval.
Are there any questions for staff? We will open a public hearing for comments. Is there anyone here to speak on this item? Seeing no one, we will close the public hearing, and I'll ask for a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we establish these standards of care outlined in Exhibit A and adopt the ordinance therein.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Oh, Mayor, real quick. Really appreciate, Jonathan, the addition of this non-discrimination clause to this document. I think it's really important that even if this is our practice, that it is codified and it's clear that all Wacoans, whether they are our kids in these programs or our volunteers or our youth, are protected regardless of their status. So thanks for this addition.
Thank you for saying that, Councilmember Palmer. Please poll the council.
Fairfield,
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Aye.
Porter, Palmer,
Aye.
Holmes, McMeek,
Yes, that motion carries. And the next item we have is, I think we have one pulled resolution, and that is Resolution 279, but that is just pulled from the agenda altogether. So we will move to the consent agenda, which consists of Resolutions 2022-268 through 282, with the exception of 279. Is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Move for approval.
Any discussion? Please poll the council.
Yes.
Rodriguez,
Aye.
Porter,
Yes.
Palmer,
Aye.
Holmes,
Aye.
Meek,
Yes, that motion carries. And the next item on the agenda is Ordinance 2022-283.
Mayor and council, we've had a recent development on this ordinance, so I'm going to ask Clint, I'm going to read the caption, but I'm going to ask Clint to come to the podium after I read the caption for him to inform you of the development. An ordinance of the City of Waco, Texas, providing the Code of Ordinances of the City of Waco be amended by revising Section 28-247 and Chapter 28 zoning of said code. Provide the zoning map shall be changed that certain property described as lots B, C, D, H, K, L, M, and N, Block 1, and lots A, C, and D, Block 2, Bush Addition, known as 2421 through 2423 Bagby Avenue, shall be changed from C2 and R2 district classification and become and be designated to R3C district classification, providing for penalties, providing a severability clause, and finding and determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed, open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by council in a 6-0 vote on first reading on April 19th, 2021. And I'm going to ask Clint to explain the recent development and the ramifications of that.
Sure, Mayor, Council. So we did get a last-minute request by the property owner, Haney Investment Trust. They had the property under contract to sell to the applicant of the case, which was Paul Poteet, on behalf of Surge Development. The property is no longer under contract, and the owner has requested that the rezoning be withdrawn. And so the council will need to act on that withdrawal, and staff does recommend approval of it.
So we will need a motion for the withdrawal of this application?
That's correct.
I'll ask for a motion.
So can I ask a question?
Sure.
What does this mean, Clint?
So it will stay the same zoning that it's currently.
So the developer's
C2
not
and-
going in there to do anything right now?
That's correct. The developer was purchasing the property, backed out of the deal, and so the current owner wants to keep the zoning the way it is.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure I was voting for the right thing.
I'll move for approval of the withdrawal.
No, I did. It just needs a
Oh,
second.
you did second, I'm sorry.
Motion and a second. Please poll the council.
Fairfield, Rodriguez,
Aye.
Porter, Palmer,
Aye.
Holmes,
Aye.
Meek,
Yes, that motion carries. And next we move to ordinance 2022-284.
Waco, Texas, providing that the comprehensive plan be amended to change the land use designation from urban residential to mixed-use flex on the following described properties. Number one, being 0.59 acres of land out of the J. French survey being part of that same tract of land conveyed to E.F. Ashelman as recorded in volume 807, page 51 of the McLennan County Deed Records, property ID 314683. And number two, being 12.0 acres of land, more or less, and being the west one half of the 24 acres of land contained in blocks 5 and 6 of the Joshua M. Blake subdivision on the Joseph French Headright survey about 3 miles southeast of Waco, McLennan County, Texas, according to a map or plat thereof recorded in volume 194, pages 8 and 9 of the McLennan County, Texas deed and map records, and being a part of the property conveyed to Cassie Friedzam by P.R. Wooldridge by deed dated March 3rd, 1921, and recorded in volume 325, page 498 of the McLennan County Deed Records, save and except a 2-acre tract of land conveyed to Vicente M. Cazares by deed recorded in volume 1423, page 753 of the Deed Records of McLennan County, Texas, part of property ID 173906. And three, being a tract of land of 1.77 acres, more or less, out of the abandoned San Antonio and Aransas Pass Railway right-of-way in the Joshua M. Blake subdivision of the Joseph French Headright survey, more particularly described in a deed from Bob L. Thomas, County Judge of McLennan County, Texas, and on behalf of McLennan County, Texas, to Brian Welch, Pearlie Mae Welch, dated September 17, 1979. And recorded in volume 1330, page 14 of the Deed Records of McLennan County, Texas, part of property ID 173906, known as 100 Garden Drive, and located southwest of the intersection of Garden Drive and South University Parks Drive, providing the Code of Ordinances of the City of Waco be amended by revising Section 28-247 and Chapter 28 zoning of said code, providing that the zoning map shall be changed so the properties described above shall be changed from O3 to O2 district classification, providing for penalties, providing a severability clause, and finding and determining the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is open to the public as required by law. This ordinance was approved by a 6-0 council vote on first reading on April 19th, 2022.
Is there a motion?
Move for approval on second reading.
Second.
Please poll the council.
Bearfield? Rodriguez?
Aye.
Borderoud? Palmer? Holmes? Meek?
Yes, that motion carries. And the next item on the agenda is the hearing of visitors. During the hearing of visitors section of the agenda, we provide an opportunity for the public to present concerns or address issues that are not matters for consideration listed on the agenda. Council is unable to conduct discussion, but will listen, ask staff to look into concerns, and provide follow-up. Please provide registration information so that staff can contact you if necessary. If you have handouts, please let us know at the beginning of your presentation, and staff will distribute those to council. If you're unable to approach the podium due to physical limitations, a microphone is available to be brought to you. And I have one card, and that is Mr. Herring.
Greetings to the council. My name is Ethan Herring. I live at 1044 Chestnut Street. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Paul King for getting them sidewalks started from Harrison Street to Clifton Street. And so these people can, our new residents can walk their dogs in a safe manner, daylight hours when it's dark. I'm coming today because I'm worried about this summer coming up again by Doris Miller YMCA. If y'all purchased, I was at the Little League on Monday, and I noticed that the kids were out there playing Little League. It was packed, cars. Right now, if you can use Doris Miller, you can at least have 2 teams there to play a softball game, hardball game. Also, too, Waco has a large number of males at the age of 28, 27, and females at 28, and that's before Doris Miller got closed. They used to do a co-ed softball team. Right now, Doris Miller is not being used by the residents in that area who used to use the track. The basketball courts outside, they're not being used. and the 2 baseball field and football, could use soccer fields not being used. I'm bringing that concern up because right now we got in District 1, we have South Fork. They got buildings, new houses. Their closest center for them, for their kids, was Doris Miller YMCA. Right now, there's no other recreation center that's closest to them. And South Fork right now is booming. So I think you should give consideration for opening Doris Mill up for the residents there, because school's coming around. June will be here within less than 30 days, and the families plan where their kids go. Y'all have a blessed day. Be safe.
Thank you, sir. I don't have any other cards. Is there anyone else here to speak in the hearing of visitors? If not, I will close the hearing of visitors, and I'll ask if there are any council member reports on committees, boards, commission, liaison visits. I'll just say that I was reminded by Councilmember Bearfield earlier that today is a Teacher Appreciation Day. So to all of the teachers in our community, thank you so much for your service. My wife was a public school teacher. My mom was a public school teacher. And I know that the work that all of our teachers do day in and day out is valuable to our city and our community. And then tomorrow is Firefighter Appreciation Day. So to our firefighters who keep our city safe every day, thank you so much for your selfless service to our community. Are there any council requests for scheduling of future agenda items? If not, we will adjourn at 6:44 p.m. Thanks, everybody.